probably think electric scooters are all the same: slow city rides, short battery life, something you use when your car is in the shop. But the moment you hear what this thing can do, that idea kind of stops making sense. Because this isn't a normal electric scooter. This is a ZonDoo ZO03 RoadHitter, and it pushes into a category most people don't even expect from something you stand on. We're talking about a dual motor system delivering up to 10,000 watts of power and a top speed that can reach around 68 miles per hour, depending on conditions and rider setup. And just to be clear, that's not fast for a scooter. That's fast in a way where you immediately start thinking about safety gear, road choice, and whether you're even mentally ready for something like this. The first thing you notice when you look at it isn't even the speed though, it's the presence. The frame is big, aggressive, and built like it means business. The 13-inch all-terrain tires make it clear this is not designed just for clean city roads. It looks like it wants rough paths, broken pavement, dirt, and anything you throw at it. And when you actually get on it, the experience starts to make sense. You press the throttle, and there's no soft introduction, no gradual warm-up. The dual motors respond instantly, and the torque hits in a way that pushes you back slightly. It's not trying to be gentle, it's trying to move you. That's where you start realizing this isn't really a casual commuter machine. It behaves more like a lightweight electric vehicle disguised as a scooter. And once it starts moving, everything around you feels slower than it should. But speed alone doesn't define something like this. Because if you only had power without control, it would be unusable. That's where the suspension setup comes in. Dual hydraulic suspension front and rear helps absorb the kind of impact that would normally make high-speed riding uncomfortable or unstable. It doesn't turn bad roads into perfect ones, but it smooths things out enough that you can actually maintain control when the surface isn't ideal. Then there's braking, which honestly becomes one of the most important parts of the entire experience. At these speeds, stopping power matters just as much as acceleration. The ZO03 uses hydraulic disc brakes paired with electronic assist braking, which gives you a much more controlled and predictable stop instead of something sudden or jerky. And when you're moving fast, that kind of control is what keeps the ride from feeling like chaos. Range is another area where the scooter tries to separate itself from the toy category. Depending on how you ride, terrain, and speed, you're looking at something in the range of up to around 70 miles. Of course, if you're constantly pushing high speeds, that number will drop. But it's still enough to tell you this wasn't designed for short bursts of fun only. It's meant for longer rides where performance actually matters. Now here's the honest part most people need to hear. This is not a beginner-friendly machine. Not even close. If you're new to riding electric scooters, something like this is going to feel overwhelming very quickly. The acceleration, the weight, the speed, everything demands experience and awareness. This is not something you casually learn on. This is something you grow into. Because at higher speeds, your reaction time becomes extremely important. Small mistakes get amplified. And unlike slower scooters where you can correct easily, here you have less room for error. But if you do have experience, if you understand balance, control, and how to respect power like this, then the ZO03 starts to feel very different. It stops feeling like a scooter and starts feeling more like a compact performance machine that happens to have handlebars. Even the riding stance reflects that. The deck is wide enough to give stability. The seating option adds comfort for longer rides, and the overall build is focused on keeping you planted even when things get fast. It's not just about going quick in a straight line. It's about being able to stay in control while doing it. And visually, it definitely doesn't hide what it is. The design is aggressive, almost industrial, with LED lighting that makes it stand out even at night. It's the kind of machine people turn to look at, not because it's flashy in a cheap way, but because it clearly looks engineered for performance. Now, before going further, if you're actually considering something at this level, make sure you check the link in the description. I've left all the details there so you can look at the latest pricing, specs, and availability before making any decision. Don't just rely on hype or videos like this. See the full details for yourself so you know exactly what you're getting into. Check the link in the description before you decide anything, because this is one of those products where the specs sound exciting, but the reality matters even more once you're actually riding it. And that brings us back to the main question. Who is this really for? It's not for someone who just wants a simple commute. It's not for someone looking for a casual weekend ride. This is for riders who want high performance, who understand control, and who actually want something that pushes boundaries instead of staying comfortable. But with that level of performance comes responsibility. You don't just get speed. You get weight, power, and consequences for how you use it. So the question isn't whether it's impressive. It clearly is. The question is whether you're ready for something that reacts exactly the way you treat it. If you respect it, it performs. If you don't, it will remind you quickly. And if after all of this you're still curious about it, check the link in the description, compare it, research it, and see if it actually fits what you need. Because once you understand what it really is, you'll know pretty quickly whether it belongs in your world or not.